Hey, it's your boy Big Steve, also known as Trophy, right here on Hustles, man. This right here is an episode you definitely don't want to miss. But if you don't know who we are, we always bring you the entrepreneur, the number one entrepreneurs, the ones that the whole city know, the whole state know. And if you don't know, you need to know yourself. And today, man, we right here with my man Howard.
That's right,
What's
baby.
going
That's
on,
right. Thanks
man?
for having me, man.
No
Thanks for
doubt,
having me,
man.
man.
So Howard, we right here, your establishment, man. But tell them exactly who you are and what you do, man.
All right, my name is Howard. I basically got a clothing store. I started back in Atlanta when I used to live in Atlanta. I moved from Newport News to Atlanta, and I just started grinding. I had a nice hat on one day, and people just started to like it. So I basically took that as a way and a product that they couldn't get that I could, and I just made a business out of it, and I just been going ever since. I always loved fashion. I used to spend a whole hell of a lot of money on it until I got a little smart, and I decided to say I'm gonna look more into buying and selling. That way, if I buy a certain amount of gear, I could keep some gear for myself and wear it, and I could sell the rest. That way, I keep a perfect balance. That's how my business started. I ended up coming back to Virginia when my mom passed. Just took what I knew and what I learned and brought it back home. I had a partner that had a barbershop, and I sat and I meditated one day, and I thought about how can I multiply myself? How can I be in multiple places at one time, being one person? And I sat and meditated on that. And what I came up with was I decided to buy a few showcases. And what I did was I took those showcases. I bought about four. Well, I had five showcases, and what I did was I put them in, I only put four. I had one left. I put four in four different barbershops. And how I finessed that was I got with the barbershop owner, and I put the showcases in there, kind of full with merchandise, brushes, do-rags, sunglasses, grease, conditioner, all different types of things that surrounded barbering and styling. And how that worked was my showcase set in these four barbershops weekly, monthly, and all I did was rode around on Saturdays and picked up my income that the showcase made. It basically, if you wanted a do-rag, if you wanted some grease, if you wanted shades and stuff like that, you would just get it out the showcase and you would get that money to the owner. And then the owner on Saturdays, I would ride around and I would pick up my income. And what I was how we partnered up was I was paying booth rent, like if I was cutting hair. So I was paying weekly, like 70. Back then it was about $75 a week. But I was making out of that showcase, each showcase, maybe $300 or $400 or $500 a week, just out of the showcase, and I would give him $75 a week. So I started just doing that, but what I found out was I still had the whole week off. So on Saturdays, I would pick up maybe $300 or $400 from this barbershop, 200 from this barbershop, maybe $80 from this barbershop, depending on what it did. But it always added up to be an income for the week. You know, I would make anything from 900 to 1600 in that week, not even being there. You know what I mean? So that's how I actually started. And also, you know, just like all of us, we all dib and dabble in illegal goods and all that. And what I learned was that it was all about a product. You know, so when I got in trouble, or you know, everybody got in trouble before, maybe something like that. But what I realized was I needed to find a new product.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, these people do anything, which they, you know. So I found out I needed to have a product,
Yeah.
and any product, you know. So I just started selling things, moving them around, selling things, And people used to actually, man, this is what I want to say to the audience, or this is what I want to say to a young entrepreneur or a 13, 14-year-old, 15-year-old. Don't let nobody discourage you about if you got a plan or if you got an idea, because people used to laugh at me or talk down to me, but see, they didn't know that, I'm making $2,000 a week.
That's right.
And I ain't working for nobody, and I got the whole week off.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I started. That's how I got into the business. Just really not wanting to deal with the troubles of the streets, and stuff like that. I just wanted my potential kind of said that I could do a little bit more legally, with my potential. So that's how I get started.
Yeah, no doubt. And one thing you mentioned that we love to always talk about is when you switch the product but keep the hustle.
Keep the same hustle.
You know what I'm saying? So by doing that, that's how you was able to grow, man. Like, I know you didn't have multiple locations that you ain't even get into yet and all that type stuff. And on top of that, like, one word you mentioned, finesse.
Finesse.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the name of the game when hustling, because for one, like he told you, man, you gotta look as good as your product, man. If you out here selling anything, you want to look as good as your product. We always tell people that you want to always. That's the first part of finessing, because ain't nobody gonna buy a car from you if you riding a bicycle.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? So you want to make sure your finesse game is always on point too.
Yeah.
What other things you can tell an entrepreneur? Because our saying is, hustle beats talent when talent don't hustle, right?
Right.
So which one would you feel is more important, the talent or the hustle?
I would say the hustle.
For sure.
I would say the hustle, because the hustle can take, to me, the hustle overpowers the talent.
For sure.
Because the talent locks you into that one thing. If I know how to play football, I don't know how to play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So with the hustle, I can finesse things in the arena of football, basketball, and boxing.
Right.
I can hustle all through different sports, not knowing one of them.
For sure.
That's why the owner is the highest paid in sports. Not the player. We look at the players like, let's take the biggest contract in football. Let's take the quarterback for Baltimore, right? He got the highest paid contract. I remember at one time it was Michael Vick. I mean, I used to deal with Michael Vick, and he had the biggest contract one time. But anyway, I think the hustle is more important, and having a product, finding a product. You got to realize that this world, actually the United States, let's go back.
Okay.
Let's talk about the founding fathers of the United States. Okay. These men got rich, whether you knew it or not, off of bootleg liquor, moonshine. Let's talk about all the hustles they had before they became these families that built the railroads, that took over steel manufacturing, that took over cement, all the things you need to build. These families started off hustling.
That's right.
These are hustles. So and hustling is I think it need to be maybe that's something we could start, a hustling institution. We need a hustlers college.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I can break down some stuff. Listen, when you get a product, when you find that you got a product, I had a partner that got rich off of stun guns. You remember they was kidnapping women and kids and all that shit was going on? Man, this one dude, man, he had one stun gun, man. And he sold that shit everywhere he went. One particular stun gun. And he got rich. He ended up selling 20,000, 30,000 of these stun guns at $40 a piece. Now, $40 a piece is a small price for my daughter.
Right.
That's out here in this world.
That's right.
So what I'm saying is about a product that meets the needs or demands of the public. You understand what I'm saying? And my mind worked different. You know, I was one of them dudes that, you know, I had kids young and child support and shit, man. Like all type of shit. By the time I got my check, it was 150.
Good God.
God damn, like they done took child support, Social Security, goddamn, all FICA, all that other shit. I say, man, I can't do this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I say this shit killing a nigga, and I'm working my ass off, and I'm still not seeing my kids.
real.
So I ain't got
For
no
real.
good check, and I ain't seeing my kids because I'm working so much. You know, so I started to develop my own way of doing shit. You know, so I'm getting paid, and I told them people I'm paying rent and all that shit. I said, man, shit, I can't give y'all all my money.
That's right.
Even though I gotta live and I gotta pay for this apartment. You understand what I'm saying? But I can't give y'all all. If I give y'all 1,400, god damn, I got 2 more weeks to go. I ain't got no money. So you think I'm gonna give y'all my whole 1,400?
That's right.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I did, and maybe some of y'all can use this. And this is a jewel.
Give them some game.
This is game.
For sure.
You know, it's like food stamps. You use it, or you use welfare to get to a point where you don't need it no more. Right. All right. So what I did with paying rent and stuff like that, I knew I couldn't give them my last bit of money, and I got to go 2 more weeks. So being that I knew I had a product or some type of product to sell. You know, in any contract where you're doing a lease, they give you a late fee. Shouldn't have never did that. Shouldn't have never put that in the clause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because what I did, I found the loophole. That 1,400, I turned that 1,400 to 2,800. And then turned that 2,800 to 5,600. And I did that probably within 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on the product I was selling on the streets.
Yeah.
And then I gave them rent with the $100. Thank you. I gladly give you your late fee, but I'm not going to give you all the money I got.
Yeah,
that's why it's important for you to experience entrepreneurship and to have a product, because you see what I'm saying? It's a loophole in everything. So they gave a late fee. Like if you late on your rent, you get $100. $100 late fee. Oh, well, okay then. Okay. I'm gonna take this 1,400. I'm gonna turn it to 28, turn it to 56. Then I'm gonna give you your 1,400. I'm gonna give you 1,500, and I'm gonna say thank you. And out of that 1,500, I got 43 or whatever left from that to continue on.
Exactly.
So that's a little bit of game. That's a loophole in your contract. Now, if you got a landlord, you know, depending on your landlord, he might not have that. Pay that rent or get your ass out. It just depends on how the contract's set up. So don't take this and run with it, but take it and use it how you can. Don't never give nobody your last.
For sure.
Find a product.
Man, that's Jules right there. I know he's gonna use that as a sound bite.
I'm trying to
Shout
tell
out
you.
to DeAndre Fulton, man, the best storyteller, man.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you hit him up if you ever need anybody to capture the moment.
Yes, sir.
Look, let me tell you something, man. Now, you done touched on a lot of situations as far as when it come down to the hustle.
Yeah.
Now, when did you know that it was time to hustle? Like, when did you know it was time to hustle? What was you going through exactly when you knew it was time for you to leave the 9-to-5 job and start a hustle?
I knew it pretty much subconsciously at a young age. I'm gonna tell you something, and I got a book coming out. You can read a little more on it, but my mom was a candy lady in the hood.
For sure.
So, you know, we lived in the projects. My mama was a candy lady. Actually, how she fell into the business of candy lady is she used to work for a candy factory. Okay, and the candy factory, you know, after it get when a Snicker bar get to be about 2 weeks before it expire, and they still got a lot of inventory of cookies and all this candy and shit, they throw it in the dumpster. Now, it's a clean dumpster. It's not a dumpster like a project dumpster. You know what I'm saying? It's a clean factory dumpster where they throw boxes of Snicker bars, cookies, candy, all that shit in the trash, and they write it off, and they done with it. Well, my mom seen this shit, and she was like, shit, that shit got 2 more weeks on.
I know that's right.
So what she did was she used to take me and my brother back up there to the job after the facility closed. And my brother was 6 years older than me. And what we used to do was, you know how you put your hands like that?
Dumpster
and you
dive
put,
that joint.
yeah. So my brother used to goddamn 1, 2, 3, and I go over that motherfucker in that bitch. And it was like a fairy tale because when I landed, nigga, it was cookies, candy, all type of shit going the fuck on in that dumpster, man. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I'm throwing this shit back over to my brother, throwing that shit, my brother throwing it in some boxes, and my mama putting it in the truck. You know what I mean? So we take that shit back to the house, you know, and she set that shit up in the store. We had a little foyer.
Oh, yeah.
And she made that a little store. You couldn't come all the way in our house.
doubt.
You just came to the door and say you want an iceberg or you want candy apple or you want Snicker bar, all this shit. Shit, even a cup of sugar, nigga. Let me tell you something. My mom was a hustler, man. She sold cups of flour, cups of sugar. She took a 12-cent pack of Kool-Aid and made 25 icebergs.
I know that's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She popped popcorn. She had everything in the hood, so you couldn't, you know, we ain't really, everybody ain't had no car in the hood, so you had to go a little far to get but it was right there. So that's how I actually subconsciously knew about hustling.
Yeah.
And again, my mom, my father, they ain't always had the perfect life. They used to hustle in the street, hustle drugs, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And my mom came up with another way to do it. And that's how she did it. And she used to flip yard sales. So what she used to do was go to let's say an estate sale. Say a lot of military in this area, they gotta move to California, they don't wanna take all the furniture and all that shit. So we used to go to estate sales, yard sales, and she would walk in the house and she would say, well, what you want for that living room set? They'll tell her. What you want for the dinette set? Go through all the house, bedroom set, giving her a price. She said, well, look, I know y'all don't wanna sit here all day if you ain't got to.
That's right.
What you want for all of it? You know, just asking different questions. I'm peeping this subconsciously.
Yeah.
I'm really just to help to get that shit, you know what I mean, out of there.
Yeah.
But I'm peeping this shit, I'm peeping the lingo, and they give her one price. So she said, well, okay, well, I take all this, but I don't want that. And she'll call my brother come up there with the truck, and we'll load that shit up on the U-Haul, take that shit back to the hood. It might be a nice bedroom set that she want to keep, but she go sell everything else. The dinette set, the living room set, the lamps, all that shit.
Yeah.
Put that shit out in the yard and flip yard sales.
Yeah.
So she had a yard sale, nigga, every week like it was a business. Friday, Saturday. Yard sale. People knew she was hiring a yard sale. It was flipping yard sale. You really don't supposed to hire, but I forget how many yard sales they allow a person to have a year.
Yeah.
You know, it's like selling a car. You can't
That's
sell
how I
for
started off. That's how I know. I know exactly what you said.
Hell yeah, look,
the same way.
flipping them Jones, man, making money, and subconsciously, I ain't really know what I was learning.
Yeah.
And until she said, baby, I want you to go with me to the outside flea market. I got some stuff to get rid of that I'm tired of it. I want to take it out there and just dump it. So I went out there with her to the outside flea market, and that's when I first seen, like, damn, like, shit.
Motion out there, right?
Motion out there. You know, shit, some people find treasures and use shit. You know what I mean? So we went out there, she probably made whatever she made, but it was some good money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, for a day.
Yeah, especially back then.
Back then, yeah, because my mom at one time, I seen one of her checks back then, and shit, man, my mom at one time was making fucking God bless my mom, rest in peace. But she was making like $7 an hour, man. Man, I say shit, man, working for the white people and all that shit. Love you white people, but I'm just saying, back in the day, that's what it was. You kind of your mom, or kind of did different things for. She used to work for this doctor, just clean the house, watch the kids, and all that shit. Hustle.
Yeah, no doubt.
She had her
no
hustles.
doubt. No doubt.
And so that's how I kind of, and like everyone else, I sold drugs, and in selling drugs, I developed a great customer service.
People don't understand that. Look, that's real. Like you don't understand. Like when you're dealing with anything, when you hustling, and you gotta know your customers. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna deal with all kind of people, man. Whatever you selling, but especially when you're in the streets and you in the game, man, you got customers you don't even feel comfortable around. But as long as they got that paper, get it and go. You get what I'm saying? And we not glorifying that. We just showing and telling the story. But continue with your story for sure.
Yeah. Well, basically, like you said, we're not glorifying that, but if you ever been in that game, you got to realize what that game taught you.
For sure.
You got to realize what that game taught you. And what that game taught you is customer service. It taught you negotiation. It taught you, product management. It taught you logistics. It taught you a lot of things that you just don't know, or you can't put the name on it. But it's names for that. And if you ever been in that game, you'll make a great entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Because you already ran your own business. You already did your own logistics. You already dealt with customer service. You already, if you was a great person in, I mean, a
great hustler.
If you was a great hustler in the streets,
you'd definitely be a great entrepreneur.
You would definitely be a great entrepreneur, because it's the same thing. Listen, it's the same thing. You just changing the product.
Yes.
All you doing is changing the product. That's it. Sure. So, and also I got started because, like I said, I was working. I tried working, and I had children young, and I felt like, I wasn't making enough, or I had to work harder. It just wasn't working for me. Having a job and I never liked nobody telling me what to do anyway. So if you're a person that you a little
hard-headed,
rebellious, it doesn't mean that you're a bad child or you're a bad teenager, or it doesn't mean that. What that is an attribute for entrepreneurship. That means, okay, you don't want to do what nobody tell you to do. Okay, so you need to develop your own business. You need to develop your own lane. And that's pretty much what I did. And you got to swallow your pride. Pride ain't gonna get you no money. You know what I'm saying? Pride, you got to shut down your pride. And you got to tell yourself, look, shit. I heard Rick Ross say, I shovel shit.
That's right.
I'll do whatever the fuck to feed my kids.
That's right.
And that's what it is. So basically, that's how I knew that with my mom, with my pops, just seeing them hustle with my uncles, and no matter what it was, I picked up those skills. I picked up those people skills. I picked up wordplay.
That's right.
God was the word, and the word was God. Okay, so words, depending on how you put them together, is mathematical. And I just looked at it as the whole game to me was, how can I get that money out of his pocket without going in his pocket?
Ooh, that's real, man.
That's some real shit, ain't it?
Yeah, that's real.
And
man.
I used to sit and meditate on that shit. Like, I don't know magic or no shit like that, but I gotta magically do something.
That's right.
To get that fucking money out of his pocket without going in his pocket and get that shit. So that goes back to finesse. That goes back to wordplay.
For sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So I picked up a lot of skills, just, and I figured that the only way for me to get that money out of his pocket is to convince him that I got something.
Have is what he needs.
And it's better than the money just sitting in your pocket.
Yeah, you better bet.
We need to call it, we need to trade.
Yeah.
That's why they call the game trading.
Yeah.
If you know, like, different when you do it, it's called trading.
Yep.
So I'm gonna trade you this for your money.
Yep.
It's a product. Find a product. That's
Yeah,
it.
number one thing for sure, man.
Yeah.
No doubt. So,
Yeah.
well, I know you done seen it a lot with the game, man. As
Mm-hmm.
far as when it come down to the merchandise and all that, what do you have for any up and coming entrepreneurs that want to get into the clothes and shoes game? What would be like two things that you would definitely give them as jewels that they got to know before coming into this game?
Well, I would say actually, anything you get into, make sure you love it. That way, it's not work. That way, if you like doing hair as a little girl, or if you like cutting hair as a little boy, or you know, that's why you let your kids venture into different things, and then you find you watch them and you see them attached to this thing over here. They ain't like football, but goddamn, he like people and he like selling people shit, or he like doing this, or just and you pay attention to him, and that's what it means by raise a child up as he should go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, far as a person coming into this industry, I say love it, love fashion. I just thought I was spending too much money on this shit, and I just felt like basically I took the same approach. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I still smoke bud. It's legal, nigga. But I can say that now on camera. But what I'm saying is, I used to buy and I smoke a half. And I sell a half.
I know that's right.
That way I always stay balanced. I won't spend no money on the shit. And I was nice all the time.
Hey.
So I won't spend it. So I took that same concept and I brung it into the fashion. Whereas I was spending a lot of money on this shit, but the money was just going. You know what I'm saying? I won't getting it back. So that's what I decided to do. But if you want to come in this industry, I would say do your research, get you a business license, do your research on business. You can easily pull up, ask Siri or ask Google, what's the future of retail, or what's the direction retail is going, and from those researches, you could decide right then how you want to do it. But a lot of business come from the trade shows. You go to trade shows and you go to that word again, trade. All you're doing is trading. That's what you got to understand in business, is that all you're doing is trading. Okay, if I give you some peanut butter, you give me some sugar. If you give me the bread, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just trading something for something, because you gotta understand, when it was no money. When it was no money,
Bottles.
it was a barter
Barter,
system.
yes.
So you trade this for that, and that's all it is today. But I would say anything as far as entrepreneurship, make sure it's something you love. That way, when you go to open your doors, it's not work. It don't feel like work. It's more of a love. You love the people. You love the relationships you build. Just like you and me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like we built a relationship just doing business with each other, and
Been knowing this man over 10 years,
yeah,
man.
and we watch
For
each
sure.
other. We watch each other grow. We watch
Yeah.
each other families grow.
Yeah.
And things like that. So I would just say, just have a love for what you want to do, and if it's fashion, do your research on it, and become a pro at it before you actually start it. So what I'm saying is, practice on it. Make you some T-shirts, and try to go sell them on the streets. It'll actually blow your mind. I actually, I had a partner, and I'm gonna tell you this. Now this might be funny, but all he put on the shirt was, "I love your baby mama." That nigga put "I love your baby mama" on the T-shirts and sold thousands of them.
I believe, man.
So test your
believe.
product with the public before you decide to open up a storefront, or to get any overhead. Because
sure.
just like Master P or Jeezy, or all these wealthy people that that started out their trunk. They started out the trunk of their car and selling their own product. You got to believe in yourself to know that nobody's going to pay you like you. Nobody's going to pay you like you pay yourself.
And don't worry about how it look.
Yeah.
Because you, like you said, you gotta put your pride to the side.
Gotta
In the
put your
beginning,
pride to the side.
it's gonna look funny because you don't have a for sure route on how you're doing it. You still trying to navigate on how you're gonna be successful in what you're doing.
Right.
What you're doing is you're trying to make your own lane. By making your own lane, that's what it take, man.
Damn right.
But man, look, man, you know we could talk all day, man.
Yeah.
But look, we want to thank you, man, for being on the show. Hustles, man. You're a true hustler,
Yes,
man.
sir,
You already
babe.
know,
I got
man.
some more Jews. Look, that book coming out. And stay focused. Don't be discouraged. Everything ain't gonna work out. Hey, look, you want to make as many mistakes as possible fast as you can.
Right.
All right. So you want to make all the mistakes you want or you can make fast as you can. That way, you learn and you move on. You learn and you move on. You learn and you move on. And what's going on is you sharpening your sword as you do that. You sharpening your sword. And like right now, I'm 50 years old. So there's a lot that I done learned to get to this point.
Yeah.
You know, so I plan on living to 100, so I got another 50 years.
Well, you should be able to, man. You look like a old, young, rich. I mean,
you do too. You do
young,
too.
old,
You do too.
young, old.
Hey.
Papa Smurf, man.
50 is the new 30. Fuck that. I ain't going back 10 years, 20. You going back 20, bitch. 50 is the new 30. And I'm talking I'm talking far as mental state, health, and all that shit. And also remember, you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy, you can't spend it. You can't enjoy it. And make sure you try to laugh as much as you can.
For sure.
You know, I got a jewel from a 110-year-old woman one time. She was in a wheelchair, but she could get up. And I asked her secret, and what she told me was, she said, young man, you know, it's not a secret that stress kills the bones. She say, so the total opposite of that is joy, and you get joy through laughter. She say, you know, when something make you mad or you going through something in your life, just try to find something, turn on YouTube, turn on the funniest hell videos, and just laugh your ass off, and you'll find that you end up forgetting about that shit, or you end up laughing that shit off, or, you know, it don't tear you down. You know, even though that problem still remains, your soul feel the joy and the laughter, and in that, you end up problem solving.
That's right.
You end up, you know,
don't let your struggles break you.
Don't let it break
That's
you.
real.
Don't let it break you. You know, I mean, hey, listen, y'all, I lost my mom and my father 2 months apart, same year. And then my brother got killed. So I've been through a lot of stuff. But actually the business, I never went and seen a therapist or nothing like that. Because that's some trauma for your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's some trauma for your ass. But actually the business became my therapy. Meeting with guys like you, seeing y'all every day, and or whenever I see you, laugh, a joke, crack a joke, you know, it was therapy.
No doubt.
It was therapy. I stayed busy, you know, and but yeah, any hardships, just try to continue laughing. Don't let nobody get you down. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. Don't let nobody revision your vision. Damn. Don't let nobody revision your vision. Meaning if you let them know what your vision is, and then they say some other shit like, oh, no, or this or that or that. No. You are the plan. The plan is in your mind. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Don't let nobody in your mind. Protect your mind, man, because your mind is your world. Don't let nobody occupy real estate in your mind unless you want them there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm gonna give you, because words are directional. Words are directional. The word is God. Okay, meaning that words have life. Okay, so if you're looking at the football game, and goddamn Burger King come up with that Whopper in the commercial, you won't think about no damn Whopper. But now, you want a motherfucking Whopper. Halftime, I'm running to get a Whopper, bitch. So, what I'm saying is, watch what you let set on your brain. Realize that every day, every minute of the day, somebody's selling you something. So if somebody's selling you gas, somebody's selling you water, somebody's selling you motherfucking mulch for your yard, somebody's selling you everything from the time you walk outside of your door, somebody's selling you something.
Even the time you cut your phone on, somebody's selling you
Somebody's selling you something.
Yeah.
They're selling you a service.
Yeah.
So if this is what everybody's doing, then what should you be doing? And also, I'm gonna drop you another jewel, and this for my black people, right? Even the white people, even all nationalities. Okay, but just take our experience for an example. When our ancestors were slaves, they provided us with food, clothes, and shelter. They provided us that. Okay. So it might not have been the best eating or the best clothes or the best roof.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But they provided that. Now, if you find yourself in a situation where you're working a job and that's all your check is providing is food, clothes, and shelter, then if you want to experience more in the world, if you want to travel, if you want to see the wonders of the world, if you don't want to wait to get the car you want or the house you want after you retire or after you work 60 years, then you need a product. Sure. And or you need a service to provide. That's what this land is built on, product or services. I'm sure y'all heard that, products and services. So if everybody that's selling you something, or everybody that's washing your car, cutting your grass, they providing a service, they selling something. In my eyes, what I said to myself was, I need to be doing the same thing, because I'm working this job, and all it's doing is paying my rent.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a fruit oodles and
the bare
noodles.
minimum. Yeah.
I might get a fruit oodles and noodles, couple noodles out of that shit. You know what I mean? So that told me I need to do something more, and I need to find a product or develop a service. So in this world, just look around you. Everybody's selling you something. Another thing. Hold on, because we gonna get this shit out. All right. This a jewel though. You gotta realize the game, right? Once you start a business, and I look at multi-million-dollar business, the key to their success is employees.
Yes.
The key to the slave owners was the slaves. Okay. Now I'm saying this bluntly because you gotta choose what position you want to be in. I ain't talking shit or nothing. I'm just saying you got to choose what side you want to be on. You know, do you want to see your golden arch up in the sky when you ride down the interstate? You know, because that golden arch, everybody know what that golden arch, that's McDonald's.
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean? I look at these big companies, and also what you got to realize is that when you go to work in a job, you got to work 2 to 3 weeks in before you get a check.
You know how long you could take a job right now, and we're not knocking nobody that works or employees, because everybody got to play a role.
Right.
But you got to think to yourself, sometimes if you got the skill or a product, it really doesn't take an hour to make $20.
Hell no.
And it don't take 2 weeks to get paid.
No. And it profits to be a profit. But anyway, what I'm saying, anyway, what I'm saying is, right? All right. But look, the real shit is this. They keep your money. If you work, let's take Walmart. Walmart, they got trillions of dollars, right? But you go in there and work all day, even get stressed out, but you don't get paid for that day. They hold your money. Okay, so for 2-3 weeks before you get your check, What you think they doing with your money?
Investing it,
They
flipping it,
flipping your money.
flipping your money for sure.
That's just like the rent I was talking about. They flipping your money. You done work 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's about what? $7,000? I mean, $700 to $1,000, $1,500, whatever it is. They taking that 1,500 times
How many
100,000
apartment buildings?
employees,
Yeah.
100,000 employees,
Yeah.
and flipping the fuck out of that shit.
That's it.
So the same shit you stocking the shelves with, you put it there. You put it there with your check.
Mm-hmm.
You don't realize you stocking shit that you paid for.
You get them some real game.
You know what I'm saying? You stocking the shit that you already paid for. You paid for that shit. Yo, they flipping your money. Just think about it. If in 2 weeks you make $1,000 times 100,000 employees, that's how many millions of dollars.
For sure.
So they made millions of dollars off of you before they would gladly pay you.
Yeah.
They would gladly give you a bonus because I done made millions off of you.
For sure.
Exclusives, baby. That's the game.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Peace. Hey, look, and I sell these hoodies. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I sell these hoodies, man. This shit is crazy. I sell these hoodies, man. Everything
right.
I got on, man, you can come get jeans, the hoodie, the undergarment, all that. Jewelry, all that. We got it. Here at Exclusives, man. Peace. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you, Steve. I love you, man.
I love you, man. You already know.
All right.
For sure.
So y'all look forward. Stay tuned for the movie and the book.
For sure, man.
I'm out. Exclusives.
Hustles. You know time.
Hustles.